on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review. And today we are taking a look at WWE Mattel Elite Series 98 Finn Balor and Farooq Assad. These figures are now available and shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. As always, use promo code FORLIFE. It will save you 10% off your order when you shop over at Ringside Collectibles. So, we have Finn Balor and Farooq here. I'm actually very surprised we got a Demon Finn. We haven't seen this guy, his gimmick, the Demon gimmick, in a long time. So, kind of interesting to see why they went with this attire and this choice. But it's nice to have a Demon Finn with the updated kind of articulation and the true effects. Again, we did have him in the Ultimate Edition line way early on. I think it was Series 3. We're up to Series 15 now, so it's been quite a while since we've seen a Demon Finn Balor. So you will have the double-jointed pinless elbows and stuff on this figure, so that is great to add. And Farooq Assad, I'll be honest, I don't remember this gimmick. It was very short-lived. I know a lot of people are excited for this figure. I just don't really remember it. I mean, I watched a lot of wrestling, but maybe this was something like in the era of maybe where I kind of tailed off just a bit. But you do get two different head scans for Farooq. Looks like the helmet is molded on, so you get the blue and the silver. Finn, again, comes with the interchangeable hands. Of course, you get all the deco hits. The removable headpiece looks really great. But as far as the figures in the packaging, you get the images of each wrestler on the front. Flipping over to the side, you got the nameplates. And on the other side, the awesome images of each wrestler. On the back, you have the read-up, the other figures in the wave. Let's come back and crack both these guys out of their packaging. And starting us off, we are taking a look at Farooq Assad outside of his packaging. And the accessories he comes included with are a set of mic holding hands. You also do get another interchangeable head. So, like I said prior, I watch a lot of wrestling, but I don't know. I just don't remember Farooq Assad. I'm guessing he wore two different color helmets, and that's why you get two. Pretty much, it is the same exact head sculpt as you can see. It just has a different color helmet. You can see you got the silver versus the blue. I guess it's more of a preference, but the sculpting is exactly the same. There is no difference. That's kind of lame. I wish they would have maybe had a different kind of facial expression or something. But I think his gimmick, he was supposed to be like a gladiator. On the back of the box, reading the bio or the write-up, they mentioned something with Ahmed Johnson. That kind of popped me because I would love to see a Mattel Ahmed Johnson. That would be pretty sick to have. And I guess this is kind of something from the new gen era. The figure itself doesn't look bad. You know, again, like for the helmet, if you guys want to see what the blue helmet looks like on the figure, we'll swap the heads out. We've gotten quite a few Farooqs as of late, huh? I feel like we just got that the Legends figure, the APA. So it's nice to have another one in the line. Personally, I would have loved an updated Nation Farooq. I feel like that's much needed in our collection over this, but I guess Mattel kind of wanted to give us something very different and outside the box. And for sure, this figure, it checks all of those boxes. Definitely something very different. The attire does look very toyetic, so he's got the blue and the black designs on the front, with a little sculpted belt buckle up here, little flaps that hang down on the front. Take a look at the back. Does look nice. He's got some designs on his trunks. Underneath it does look like it's plain black trunks. I don't think this is removable. Or I guess maybe you can get it off if you want to. They did go with a smaller torso for him. I'm surprised. Again, that's kind of if you want to see how it looks. Personally, I'm just going to leave this on. I don't really have any intentions of removing it off the figure. But in case you guys wanted to see what it looked like, I don't think this actually opens anywhere. It looks like it's glued. So that's something to point out. Because he does have the blue knee pads, plain black boots, does got the little blue on his wrist tape, got the armbands just like the Legends figure, so that is nice to have. Again, not a bad figure, just, again, not one I was excited for, not one I felt I needed in my collection. If I'm getting another Farooq outside the APA, I want a Nation one for sure. Moving on to some Farooq comparisons, so like I mentioned before, we have the most recent Legends 16 Farooq from the APA, here on the left versus Farooq Assad. And you can see they went with a way bigger torso with this figure than they did with Farooq Assad. Additionally, you'll see the same torso used on the Ron Simmons Elite figure here. And I don't like that there's so many inconsistencies. I get people's physiques change over the years, but I mean the skin tones don't match at all. I feel like they're always with a guessing game. I would like to see a little more consistency. That even goes for figures like the new Hulk Hogan's. You get the tan, you don't get the tan. I wish they'd be a little more consistent, and to give them credit, they did from the Legend 16 figure too, Farooq Assad. I'd like to see this skin tone continue on to a Nation Farooq. Also with this attire, the double jointed elbows, I feel like we are way overdue. Maybe we can get a 2-pack. with Kama and Farooq. That would be awesome to kind of complete our nation. Because I just feel like this figure is really outdated. I do like the head skins on all these other figures over the Nation Farooq. Next up, we have the Demon Finn Balor. So, again, it has been a while since we've seen Finn in his Demon attire. He's gone on to a completely new gimmick with the Judgment Day. This was, I think, at Extreme Rules of last year, 2021 maybe. So, it's been about over a year. And, you know, it was kind of a nice sequence for him to bring it back and we can get a figure made out of it. Because I know a lot of us have loved the Demon gimmick. They made some pretty awesome toys. You know, personally, my favorite, without a doubt, is the Ultimate Edition figure. But it's nice to kind of get, like, I call this an Ultimate Edition light version. It kind of has some features of the Ultimate Edition, but it still stays true to the Elite figure itself. So as far as the accessories go, you do get this awesome removable headpiece. Actually, before we even get there, let's talk about the hands. You do get some interchangeable hands. You get the mic holding hands. You can see on the hands, he does have the tattoo as well as the finger paint. But jumping back into this headpiece, look at the design on this, man. That is so sick. I feel like every Finn Balor that kind of had a unique headpiece, Mattel has really nailed it. You can see the little tassels or strings that hang on in the back. Absolutely love it. He comes with those like kind of claw crawling hands on the figure. Absolutely love how that looks. And the headpiece is removable. So we will take a look at that up close. You see the spikes, man. Just really great details. Some different paint applications too with the black and the white and the red. Absolutely love it. This is a very nice piece to add. And this figure has a lot of deco hits. So obviously you get just a few interchangeable hands. But between the headpiece and his deco, this figure really does look nice. Let's bring him in a little closer. I think this head scan is the same one on the Ultimate. We will do some comparisons in a little bit. My one complaint about the Ultimate figure, I felt like the arms were just too long for the figure, and I kind of feel like is the same for the Elite. They just look a little long and lanky, but I guess it kind of will fit for your Demon gimmick if you want to get in some crawling positions or however you want to do them on your display. But look at the body paint on here. Just looks really nice, man. Like I said, these Demon figures just make such a great toyetic piece to have in your collection. You can see the designs on the arms as well. Does have the hand tattoo here, so kind of get the updated tats on Finn. I personally am not liking anything with that Judgment Day crap. I really liked Finn kind of on his own. You can see he's got the Balor on the back. More body paint going through. You got Demon King here on his trunks. Summon the Demon here on the front, if you guys can see that. More on the knee pads. I really do like it, man. Plain black kick pads. The knee pads are similar to the Ultimate Warrior figures we've seen. They are not articulated at all. They're just kind of hanging on there. But the tassels on the arms are articulated, so that is another cool feature to have to it. They are a little loose, I will say, but, you know, they do hang pretty nicely on the figure. And I absolutely love this head scan. Just looks really good, really toyetic, just something very different. For your Finn Balor comparisons, on the left, we have the Ultimate Edition Series 3. And on the right, this is the Ringside Collectibles exclusive Finn Balor. I did swap the head. I think that was from a Top Picks figure. And I did throw the leather jacket on from another Elite. You'll see the Ultimate is quite taller than the actual Elite itself. I feel like I always thought the Ultimate was just a little too big proportion-wise. But again, this was his only Ultimate figure released. And removing the masks or the headpieces, you can see the difference as far as the paint applications on the face scan. They are the same scan. Again, this one did come with, I think it was 1 or 2 different skins. Honestly, I don't remember. It's just been so long. Personally, I'm going to say the Ultimate is still my favorite. But this, again, it's like an Ultimate light version, if you want to call it. It's not bad, but, it definitely shares a lot of similar features from the Ultimate. And before we wrap up here with some final thoughts, if you guys haven't already, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button down below. Really trying to grow this channel to be bigger and better than ever. For you guys new to the channel, I appreciate you guys checking out this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and will subscribe and stick around for more reviews coming up down the road. We got tons more figures coming from Ringside. We have the Supreme Series 2 with Malachi Black and Kenny Omega coming up. We also have the Ringside Collectibles exclusive Owen Hart figure. Yes, the first Owen Hart in nearly 20 years. So stay tuned for those reviews. You want to turn on those notification bells to make sure you don't miss out and kind of get a first look at these figures right here on my YouTube channel. As far as these two figures go, listen, Farooq Assad, I'm going to get into it and say, hey, I don't know if we I didn't need this figure. I don't feel like anyone really needed this for the collection. Mattel went ahead and made it, again, something very different outside the box. The figure itself is okay. Just not one I needed or felt like was, something that was missing from my collection. Maybe for you guys in the new gen era, who watched, Farooq Assad are pretty excited to get it. But personally, I would have preferred to see an updated Nation Farooq. I feel like it's been a while. The first release, version was a little lackluster, to say the least. I feel like the Nation is kind of really missing from my collection. I mean, we've gotten Mark Henry, which, again, I don't think they did a good job of him. Obviously, he's an AW. They can't do another run. We've gotten different versions of The Godfather and Papa Shango. I really want a Kama Mustafa. We got a few Rock figures to pair with him, so that's a big one on my want list, an updated Nation Farooq. Not the biggest fan of this Farooq Assad figure. Again, it does not look bad, but just wasn't needed. Finn Balor, I really do like it. I love the paint applications and the body paint and the face paint. The figure is really good. I will go ahead and say, if you have the Ultimate Edition figure, I think maybe you could skip this one. I think the Ultimate is probably the one I like a little more. It is a little taller in the scale. This is probably a little more accurate to, what Finn Balor really is height-wise in real life. But it is a really good figure. Probably one of my favorites from the set. Just very toyetic. Obviously, the Demon King is something really awesome. And with this being the third and final video review of Elite 98, I figured it'd be fun to rate my least favorite to my favorite from this set. And let me start off by saying that this is a pretty solid wave. I don't feel like any figure really stands too far apart from one another, but based on my preferences and my opinion, I'm going to give you my least favorite. And starting us off at number 6, I'm going to go Farooq Assad. Again, just a figure I was not super excited to have in my collection. At number 5, I'm going to go Big E. I do really like this figure. This is probably my favorite Big E release. I just feel like there were a few figures in this set that were a little better. At number 4, I'm going to go Mandy Rose. Really do like the attire. Unfortunately, it is a little outdated, so that's why I'm going to put her in that slot. At number 3, I'm going to go Randy Orton. Love the new head scan. Love the gear. I think the tattoos look a lot cleaner on this figure. But again, we've gotten quite a few Randy Ortons over the years, so, I mean, this will be nice to complete your RK Bro when the Elite 99 Matt Riddle comes out. At number 2, I'm going to go the Demon King Finn Balor. Absolutely love everything this figure has to offer. The paint applications, the headpiece is a work of art in itself. My favorite figure from the set is Rick Boogs. I'm a fan of him. I love his gimmick, and I absolutely love how this figure came out. Again, if there's one gripe with him, I don't really care for the removal of ponytail, but it is an added feature. But I absolutely love everything that figure has to offer. Again, if you are interested in picking up any of these figures from Elite 98, they are in stock and now shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. As always, use the promo code FORLIFE. It will save you 10% off your order. Before you guys go, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok for more great figure content. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will catch you all on the next one.